One of the most common questions about the Create mod is what mods make it even better. A lot of people talk about add-ons, and I don't want to talk about those today. We'll do that in a different video, because I want to talk about 10 mods that are not add-ons that make Create even more amazing. Because no one likes having to do this in order to store all their cobblestone from their super cobblestone generator 10,000. You can mix cabbage into one more cabbage, but still. I could do this for an hour. This is like ASMR. Would you guys watch this as an ASMR video? Hour of me just punching a villager? First mod that I want to talk about is either storage drawers or functional storage. Both of these are drawers mods, which allow you to manage an absolutely insane amount of storage in a single block. Whoa. Oh, wow. Okay, storage drawers does not like, or rather, functional storage doesn't like creative mode. But in any case, these are both amazing mods that give you these little boxes that store one item or multiple items. There are different types of drawers, right? You have your 1x2 drawers and then 2x2 drawers at least. These are from the drawers mod, but functional storage and drawers are about the same mod. I prefer functional storage just because in a drawer network, they don't all have to be set next to each other. What I mean by that is you can have this array of drawers connected to this drawer controller by just doing this, right? All of these drawers are now linked with each other. So if I put like grass into this, here we go. If I put grass into this, I can do it through there and it would go into that drawer. And if gravel, I want to go gravel in here, you can put gravel in here. For storage drawers, you would need to have your drawer controller actually physically connected to the line of drawers in order for it to do what you needed it to do, right? Like that. And like that. Anyways, I like functional storage, but they're about the same thing. Both of the drawers can be upgraded, and they even have something called a void upgrade, both of them, which is really cool. Void upgrade or void upgrade, and that allows items that are overflow items to be voided, right? So anything above the amount that it can store will be voided away, so you don't have to worry about on and off switches all the time. And of course, there are other types of upgrades, right? You can have storage upgrades and stuff like that, and I really just think these are fantastic. And you know, since Create is all about making an obscene amount of items, having these drawers is pretty much essential if you want to keep organized. Because no one likes having to do this in order to store all their cobblestone from their super cobblestone generator 10,000. But if you do like rows and rows of physical chests, I would suggest a mod called Tom's Simple Storage, okay? This one is pretty cool. Essentially, it connects all inventories into one, and then you can end up using this terminal here to put your items into the chests, and that just went into this chest. I can take them out, and you can see this is just a representation, a GUI representation of all the chests connected to these inventory connectors. And there are smarter ways to do these things, but you could also get this with Applied Energistics 2 and Refined Storage, right? Those are the sort of digital storage counterparts. We're not going to go into those. I'm going to talk about simple storage here because it's a little bit more quote-unquote create friendly. And one thing that is super cool that you can do with it is build yourself a big old vault, because this will work with a physical storage mod like Simple Storage. Get out of here. And you can see I can open that up. I can dump stuff into the vault. Now, it's a little odd when you're pulling something, pushing something into the vault. There's a bit of a weird thing where it tells you have a stack, but that eventually fixes itself. And you can see this is storing that, and it actually gives you a way, because as you know, you can't GUI into item vaults. So this allows you to GUI into item vaults. And as you can see, this has 1,260 slots and is very easy to extend just like that. So now we have 1,620 slots. So you can imagine connecting multiple of these vaults together will save you a lot of chest space and all that jazz. And it's just a really cool way to integrate vaults into a really functional, like, base storage rather than bulk storage for your farms. I promise this is the last storage mod that I'm going to harp on about, but please get yourself sophisticated backpacks. I mean, look at these things. They're backpacks. They're sophisticated. You can put them on your back and then open them with a hotkey. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they also do other things, like have an insane amount of upgrades that let you suck items into them, void items, filter items, automatically feed yourself, suck items up with a magnet. I mean, there's so many things this thing can do. One thing I really love is the tool swapper. Okay, the tool swapper is fantastic. Like, what the tool swapper does is I could put these items in here, and I guess I want to be in survival mode. I believe it should... Right, we have to filter because we are smart and we filter. Oh, I have to be holding. There we go. So you can see it will put the item in my hand when it is the effective tool. So I can walk up to the grass, start breaking it, boom, shovel, start breaking that, boom, axe, come down here, boom, stone. And like, why is this important? Well, in the create mod, when you're building machines that have dozens and dozens and dozens of component, you want your hotbar to be free. You don't want to have all these tools and weapons and stuff just sitting in your hotbar. And by the way, it does work with weapons. Ha! But not only does the backpack allow you to hold a ton of your components in like a portable GUI, because, you know, toolboxes are great, don't get me wrong. I love toolboxes, okay? But it can be annoying to have to slap them down everywhere you're losing them, you can't find them, they don't go on your back, and they don't make you look adorable. But this you just have right in your offhand, right on your on hand, wherever you want it to be, and this tool swapper thing is just so nice. And I mean, look how big these backpacks can get. And all of these are upgrade slots that you can use to have different things like the tool upgrades, different storage upgrades, right? Each of these slots can store thousands and thousands and thousands of a single item. I mean, they are your one-stop shop. But as promised, we are done with storage. Now, this is a mod you've actually been looking at the entire video. It's the one that makes this crazy volcano behind me, and it is Terralith in combination with Tectonic, which just makes this amazing world gen. And you might be thinking, DJojo, what does world gen have to do with create mod, which is not a mod that's about exploration, but about automation and building? Well, it's just that exactly. Create doesn't really have a lot of exploration aspects to it, and I think adding these enormous mountain vistas and a beautiful world gen behind me allows you to have that element of exploration with the automation and building because, I mean, look at this. This is blackstone and gravel and the basalt, right? So you can come here in the overworld to kind of find resources if you need it for your builds and stuff, and these massive mountains and volcanoes act as sort of regional challenges for you to navigate around. You know, look at that meteor down there. That's insane, although I think that's a play on Energistics. In any case, a train line from here to there presents the challenge of, do you bore through a dangerous volcano and make your build like that, or do you have your train track go the long way around and try to find the easy way? These are both logistical and kind of aesthetic challenges that you get to have when you have a mod like this. And I like this one a lot better than Oh the Biomes You'll Go, because Oh the Biomes adds a lot of block spam and Terralith uses all the yellow blocks. That being said, with all these different biomes and stuff in the world, and, you know, the need for andesite is great when you are playing with the Create mod, and also Create is just an extension of the vanilla game, so, you know, if you want to form spruce trees, then you need to find spruce trees. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So one mod that I really think you should add is Nature's Compass. Very easily, you just make the compass, you right-click on it, and you can literally select any kind of you know, biome you want, and it will look for that biome if it's within a radius around you. This one wasn't. Let's try Alpine Grove. Where are you? There we go. There's 7,000 blocks in this direction. And that's why I love the Nature's Compass, because who would want to not pick the exact right direction of 7,000 blocks? Also, look at these beautiful villages. I think that's Terralith. I think these are Terralith. But yeah, Nature's Compass just lets you find things, right? Find things you need, right? Because I believe, yeah, there's a Terralith biome called Andesite Caves. In fact, we're right above one. And I mean, look at this. Hold on. Ahem. Look at this. It is a creator's dream. Look at all this. The zinc and the andesite and the iron and the copper. This is a beautiful, beautiful place to be. I will tell you, a beautiful, beautiful place to be. And the Nature's Compass just stops you from having to run around for hours and hours and hours just to find something that you need. I am stuck down here. There is a sister mod called Explorer's Compass that allows you to find structures, but that I find to be a little cheaty because structures aren't as much a part of Create as just exploring the vanilla game, but you can download it if you want to. Now, I know those of you that played with this mod before have been looking at these all the time, and yes, Farmer's Delight. Farmer's Delight. Farmer's Delight is probably one of the greatest mods that you can add to your game to increase the automation aspect of the Create mod in an absolutely beautiful way. I mean, Farmer's Delight, man. Farmer's Delight. What can't I say about Farmer's Delight? It adds a bunch of new crops, and crop farms are great. And food is also great, because look at all these different food items that you can make now. Like, look at this. That is a melon popsicle, and you can auto-craft melon popsicles with a melon and ice farm. That's insane. You could do that in the Create mod. Look at these cooked mutton chops. How do you make mutton chops? This? Well, turns out there are actually add-ons. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about them, but I lied. There are add-ons like Central Kitchen that will integrate Create and Farmer's Delight, taking Farmer's Delight into kind of a Create add-on in it of itself. And it's amazing because it opens up an automation aspect for all these different food items. They have cool effects. They're really fun to make. And just in general, I mean, who doesn't like doing crop farms? And look at this, you can mix cabbage into more cabbage, but still. And some of these things, you can find crops in the overworld a little bit better. You get to have a little bit more of a unique farming experience with it. I highly recommend playing with it. Because it's a fun challenge to automate, every single food item in Farmer's Delight. I've never done it before, but maybe I will one day. Speaking of these little guys beneath me and automation, I recommend picking up a very good mod, Easy Villagers. That's what just let me pick this guy up and put this guy back down. The Easy Villagers mods is a mod that it aims to make these suckers better than they are, because they suck. Everyone hates them. Goodbye. Get out of here. You too. Villagers are annoying and also very, very distant from the Create mod. You can't really interact with the villager with the Create mod, but with Easy Villagers, okay? With Easy Villagers, you get these really cool blocks, right? So let's make a Fletcher here. You get these trader blocks where you can put in a villager and then a workstation, and then you get a block where you have the trades. And there is a block called an auto trader, which is a sort of upgrade to it, so it's a little more expensive, where you can do all of that with inputs and outputs. So you set the trade that you want to automate, and then the villager does it. And the prices will change according to the villager and all that good stuff. And so you can make some really interesting machines where you have to cycle out your villagers every once in a while with the Create mod in order to not make it so, you're not paying a stack of emeralds for 16 arrows. But, you can automate a lot more. In fact, with the right things, you can even automate like a diamond farm with the Create mod and Easy Villagers. It also just makes these sucky get over here. Sucky things much better to work with. And another thing to automate. What was I doing? Was I making a video? Was I? I don't even remember anymore. Come here. I could do this for an hour. This is like ASMR. Would you guys watch this as an ASMR video? Hour of me just punching a villager? Oh, and speaking of automation, get a chunk loader mod. Just get a chunk loader mod, okay? This is Chunky McChunkface. It's a little chunk loader mod, okay? It chunk loads things. I mean, it's just very useful because if you have a farm over there and you want to farm 10,000 blocks in that direction, you need a chunk loader. Trains can move through unloaded chunks, but I need you to understand me, they do not load chunks. Farms will not function just because there's a train nearby. You've also seen that mini-map in my corner. That's from the FTB Chunks mod here. And, whoops. This is a mod as well that actually allows you to chunk load. When you go to claim chunks, you can claim chunks, and then you can force load those chunks afterwards. So I would highly recommend having mods like this, and they make nice clicky sounds too, which is pretty great. But yeah, chunk loading is just very important because in Create, usually your farms are going to be spreading all across the world. And you don't want to have yourself 10,000 blocks away and realize that your wheat hasn't been processing for the last IRL week because you've been working on a different base, and now you're going to go hungry. You don't want that. Get a chunk loader. Now, these last two mods are super quality of life and really should be present in any mod pack, but I think with the Create mod, they're very valuable, very important. The first one is actually three: JEI, JER, and Jade. JEI is this menu over here, just enough items, okay? It tells you where and how to find just about anything. Where do you find carrots? Okay, you can craft them from carrot crates, you could be cutting them from the carrot thing, and JER is an add-on that shows you mob drops and dungeon loot, I think, and world spawn as well, right? Oh no, that's JEI. But like, I think if we go to like coal ore, right? JER will actually tell you what Y level is best to be found on that stuff. So very useful, extremely important. And Jade is the mod you're seeing on screen right now. It's that thing on the top. Oh my God, I get asked about this all the time. So do not write a comment, because if you write a comment asking what is the mod that shows me what I'm looking at, I'll know you didn't make it to the end of the video, and I'm gonna be really disappointed in you, and you're gonna hurt my feelings. It's called Jade, okay? Jade. Remember that. Tell everyone. Look in the comments of every single mod video. If you see someone going, hey, what's that mod that adds that thing on the top? It's Jade. Tell them that. Tell everyone. And finally, a mod of extreme importance to any pack, but Create especially. You are going to love this. I love it. You should have it. If you don't have it, I don't even know what you're doing with your life. Look at what I'm doing here. Look at that. What is that? Goggles and a helmet? Goggles and a helmet? Am I talking about the Curios API? Yes. Curios API is just, you need it. You have to have it. You have to have it. You need Curios API. Look, it is a second slot of inventories that gives you the abilities to wear certain items in off slots so that you can have both the helmet and engineer goggles, or you can even have a chest plate and a backpack or anything like that. So please do yourself a favor, give yourself Curios API, because goggles are the most important thing in all of Create Mod, and armor is very important in Minecraft. And no one, and I mean no one, likes to forget 10,000 blocks away from home that they don't have their goggles on them, and now they have to go back home. So you could just always have the goggles on in a Curios slot, in addition to having whatever helmet or diving tank or whatever you need on front. And they do a funny little thing where they're on your head like this, and then you put a helmet on, and then they go over your face. I really like how that looks. Just get Curios. It makes Create better. It makes everything better. So there you go. 10 mods that I think really make Create better. I think they're essential to having an amazing time with the Create mod, because they extend the vanilla game a lot more. They give you a lot more access to just convenience and quality of life, and take some of the monotony and, storage problems, exploration problems out of the Create mod. Not that Create has any problems. It's a perfect mod. Don't get me wrong. But I like these. I like these a lot. And I mean volcanoes. Why wouldn't you want volcanoes?